Hello everyone, Tav here. I'm just cutting in before the action to let you know this episode is part of a campaign sponsored by Hatchlings Games, the creators of Cryptid Creeks. Hatchlings Games are an indie studio based in the UK who have made great accessible games that are fun for all ages. You may recognize them from games like Inspirals and Dragon Dowsers. If you're interested in checking out their Kickstarter, you can follow the link on screen or look in the doobly-doo below. We are very excited to play Cryptid Creeks for you today, and I hope you enjoy it just as much as we do. So grab your backpacks, your flashlights, and your definitely not cursed diary, and let's dive into the mysterious world of Cryptid Creeks. Yes. Welcome everyone to tonight's episode of Welcome to Cryptid Creeks. This is a sponsored miniseries for the Cryptid Creeks Kickstarter. If you want to back said Kickstarter, I highly encourage you to do so by going to the link down there, or link down there, or link up there every once in a while, or the link in comments if you're watching this as a VOD. Cryptid Creek, the Kickstarter has been doing amazing, but they're going to be dropping. They're going to be dropping new. It's still Kickstarter is still broken on my end. It'll only work if it won't work if I go to it with Chrome. It only works if I go through it with Firefox. I have no idea what's going on. But yeah, they've already blasted past the stretch goals they set after blasting past the last stretch goals. So we should be seeing something more there soon. Although I wouldn't know in advance. So just keep an eye on the Kickstarter page, and even at just the regular backing levels, it's very good value for money, and you're getting a whole bunch of really cool stuff. Now, without too much further distraction, I do want to introduce you to all of our lovely players, starting with Kai. Who are, what do, where find, why, how, when, where?
I'm Kai de Jesus. You can find everything that I've ever done on kaidejesuscreates.com. And I do a little bit of everything. Not to like sound like a quirky manic pixie dream girl there, but like I did social media at some point. I did podcasts. You can find all of that, including my writing on kaidejesuscreates.com, and you can see what I'm up to.
Amazing. Next up, Sunny, where, why, how, when, and with what should people find you?
Hello, please find me with the internet. Don't find me on the real life, please. That would be very weird. You can find me if you try real hard on Blue Sky. Honestly, go to lovingsunny.card and find all of the lovely things I do. It's mainly TTRPG, either here or in Girls Run These Worlds, and sometimes on my channel Sunshine Citadel. I like TTRPGs.
And finally, goes Natalie, where can people find you? What can people find you with? Why should people find you? What are you doing that people should find?
Oh, some deep questions there, Tav. Hi, everyone. My name is Natalie. I am your favorite variety ghost cryptid person of the interwebs. You can find me in the majority of places with Ghost Candle or Ghostly Candle on Twitch and YouTube. I am a variety streamer. I am an artist by day. I play tabletop at every point of every other time when I can. So when you're not seeing me here, you will see me on Girls from These Worlds. I'm on Nerds with Dice. I'm going to be on Horde of Tales next week. I'm going to be in many other places. So best follow to keep up to date on all the awesome, fun things I get to do with awesome, fun people.
Amazing. And with that, we are currently down one player. So Raven was called to go. Was called by their parents to go do something at home, and well, you know how parents are. You
Gotta
can't
deal with
just
the
say,
rants.
Yeah.
yeah, you can't just say no. I'm busy. I'm busy making sure the town doesn't go under due to a curse.
But Mom,
Well,
I gotta
you
go punch Jimmy in the face. Ugh.
But
or well, you can
Mom, the
say
whole
that
world's at
if
stake.
you can say that if you would like to be permanently grounded. So, with that, we start with the first thing, which going in order should probably be is probably a good thing. Yes, which is advancement, because we didn't do that at the end of last session. So, quickly going over everyone. Well, actually, starting with let's start with the River Scouts. Have you given any thought to whether you want to upgrade the clubhouse or the boat?
Let's see, we did boat last time.
Yes.
Correct.
Oh, and I forgot that the clubhouse and the boat upgrades are on the Miro.
Yeah.
There.
Can I ask a question to the storyteller, DM
Absolutely not.
Navigator? Okay, goodbye.
No, of course. What do you want to know?
Oh, we have this and another episode left, right?
Correct.
How much traveling are we realistically looking at doing with the boat? If I may ask such a question. Because I would like to show off the cool stuff we can do, and if we like upgrade the boat and then never use it again, do you know where I'm getting at?
Yeah, I'd say up to the party, but I think a clubhouse
Mhm.
upgrade would be more in your advantage right now.
Yeah, I was thinking that because if I'm
Mhm.
reading that right, we get an extra pocket tool upgrade as well.
Yes. So if you were to do a pocket tool upgrade right now, with that activated, you'd get 2 pocket tools instead of
Oh,
1.
that sounds so nice for me right now because I lost mine.
Given that you broke one of your pocket
Yeah,
tools.
I was thinking
Yeah.
of that. So I
Mhm.
would like
Okay,
that a
well,
lot.
then without a lot of further ado, I will go ahead and update that for you. Add a little check mark. There we go. And then we are going to go one by one past the group, starting with Kai. Have you given any thought to which of your badges you want to upgrade with?
Okay, wait. I'm swiping between looking at the extra badges that I can add and the advancements.
Oh yeah, which advancement you want to take? That can
Yeah.
either be a badge or anything else.
I think I want to add a new badge. I'm just trying to get just like a sense of what happened last game and making decisions on how I advance within that. Can I choose either like do I have to choose the next one down after
No,
Eerie
you
Imitator?
can choose any of the options.
Mhm.
Both you can choose any of the advancement options, or if you choose the badges, you can choose any of the badge options in any order, except for the fact that the first badge is always the one you get when creating your character.
Okay. I would like to take the badge Shrewd. You have the ability to tell if someone's lying to you. If you suspect a character being less than truthful, you can roll swab with advantage. and I think that's based
Excellent.
on figuring out that Jimmy was probably not lying about not really knowing what the curse is about. So I think Dylan
Yeah,
or
very good.
Wentz got better at that.
Go ahead and add that badge to your character sheet. And then we'll move on to Sunny. Have you given any thought to what you want to get for an upgrade?
Yes, I have. So
Okay.
if I choose a pocket tool upgrade, I get 2? Or is it
Correct.
like whatever upgrade I get also get a pocket tool?
No, you would get one pocket tool. You would either get 2 pocket tools, or you would upgrade one of your strengths, or you would get a badge.
Okay, so I've been thinking about pocket tools. And
Have you now?
I
I wonder
had
why.
I know, right? I wonder why that could be. So the one I had in mind is a tool that Sunny, would never have. Do you know those little things that you press a button and it makes a very loud, high-pitched noise? That's super
Ooh.
annoying, but like it draws a lot of
One of those,
attention.
like, kidnapping alarms.
Yeah, exactly. The thing that like, oh, you trigger it and then it's very loud and obnoxious and rude and painful. I was thinking that, and then I forgot the name that I just thought. The thing that the like little clippers that you cut like cables and stuff.
I believe those have a name that you shouldn't call them. So cable snips.
Oh, okay,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, the actual word for those is a bad word.
Ooh, okay. Well, I don't even know what it is, so that I'm not gonna say it. But yeah, the
But yeah,
cable
wire
clippers.
cutters are what you're looking
What?
for.
Ah, there you go. Yes. Does that make sense? Also, if the navigator allows, I was thinking that Bigby phoned home after breaking the thing and like phoned his little sister like, "Can you bring me my whatever whatever is so like I can have like a way of the pocket tools being there." And then she just grabs her bike and like takes the tools to him.
I'll say that restoring your pocket tool would be one of the pocket tool would be one of the pocket tool uses.
Ah.
So because so you can either choose okay, I'll give you this. You have an option: either get 2 new pocket tools now and get your pocket tool restored at the start of next session, or get 1 pocket tool now and the extendable baton repaired right now.
I'm okay with not having the baton. It has served its purpose. I will grieve it and remember it forever. But it's gone.
Okay, so you are going to go for some diagonal cutters and
Yeah,
uh,
a beep beep
a
beep alarm.
yeah, a big beep 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 beep
A
beep
big
thing.
beep a big
Beep 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 beep
beep.
thing. That's the technical term. I'll have you know.
Yes.
Next up, Natalie. What would you like to
Yeah.
advance? And uh, yeah, what would you like to advance?
Yeah. Let's see. I'm sitting at tool badges. I am tempted to increase one of my strengths. And I think I'd like to increase my attuned because I'm using that a lot.
Okay, yeah, that sounds like a very good idea.
So I now went from a +2 to a +3.
Okay, and a +4 if you're dealing directly with the Eries. Also, Sunny, I
Yeah.
just sent you what they're called.
I was looking, I'm like, who thought that? Why is that a thing? Why is America so America?
I'll admit that they were probably called that before that
Okay.
became a slur.
A slur? The slur maybe came from that, now that I think
Yeah.
about it. I hate it. But yeah, okay, I have that in my pocket now.
Are you still
Yay.
talking about the why? Because like as an American, I have no idea what this bad word
Yeah.
is. So
posted on the
progress.
Diagonal cutters are also called a slur for lesbians.
Why?
I googled it and I see. I've never heard that used for it, so cool. Never gonna say that word.
You can also find literally the first hit I got when I googled that was an Amazon page literally called "cable" that word.
So strange. You know what? This is
America.
progress. This is progress. I don't even know. Like, nature's healing. We're all
The
becoming
slurs
better.
are not reaching us. That is
Yeah.
amazing.
I don't even know what it means.
Nature is healing. Diagonal cutters are now cutting wires again.
Yes.
Anyway, with that, we resume where we last left off, which was our river scouts had made their way into town. They had found in town. They found that, oh no, trouble has struck our quaint little village. And well, it is high time to actually go do something about that. Specifically, a hurricane force winds and a spinning cloud had escaped from a book that had grown to roughly the size of a parking space. Um, in that in which Jimmy was holding on for dear life, and our players, our River Scouts, actually ended up fulfilling their Scouts' promise to, save Jimmy, even if Jimmy is an absolute tool. And someone who's currently not here is definitely not in love with him. That's definitely not happening. Why are we even insinuating that?
The betrayal that I wasn't even here for that.
Hey, the cards were saying things. The cards were saying things.
The person that hates Jimmy the most was not here to manifest the hatred of that.
Don't blame us. Blame the cards.
Always.
Yes. So, after you were able to, with the sacrifice of Big B's expandable baton, close the book again, it shrunk back down to normal size, and Willow was able to tell that, oh, it's starting to lose power. So this book, not actually the cursed item, which makes sense given that it was only the second episode. However, the book did point you closer to the cursed item, which, as you were able to follow the energy that the book exuded, you were able to track it down to the library. And as we see our group again, we see them standing in front of the library, looking up at it. It seems to be towering over you, as if uh, probably a trick of your imagination, um, but it feels looming even more so than usually. It's this huge old building with a marble front, long steps leading up to it. The only building taller than it is the actual city hall building. That's a bit to the east from where you are now. But the library itself is on higher ground. Probably nice whenever the town floods. Um, and you are looking up the steps, and they seem taller than they've ever felt before. And as the party is readying themselves, we see, well, just the audience sees behind them a man in an old three-piece suit sipping from an old bone china cup, um, drinking some form of hot beverage, probably tea. Let's be real. All the creepy, terrible, all the creepy, terrible ones are British and they drink
It
tea.
does give British vibes, yeah.
Yeah, it's totally Earl Grey,
Mhm.
hot, black.
Yeah.
No, it's Earl Grey, but with like a ton of additional sugar in it.
Oh, a mountain of sugar, bit of Earl Grey.
But yeah, as he takes a sip, this entirely shadowed face breaks open in a bone white smile, and that is where we return to our players.
The vibes of this place seem off from when we were here last, doesn't it?
Yeah, I feel like it can actually be loud in there this time. Actually, before that, you see Bigby coming off from the distance talking to his sister, Kitty, that came in a bike. And she's like, don't ever say I've never done anything for you anymore. And you're like, okay, now go home and tell mom and dad to not leave. Thank you. Love you. Be safe. Don't leave the house anymore. Just comes back with tools like, okay,
You good?
no, but I think we have to.
Okay.
Fuck.
Now that is hero energy.
Right? Like super terrified. I am pooping my pants. Not gonna stop doing it though. Like we have to save the world.
The only time you can really be heroic is if you're frightened.
Luigi is my biggest hero from
Yes.
Luigi's
Oh,
Mansion. Hit game.
Otherwise, you're just too daft not to get out of the way.
Okay, well, I guess we go inside, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll lead. Sure.
Nothing bad can happen to us.
Do I need to kick the door?
Well,
Okay.
let's try pushing the door, maybe.
Okay.
So, well, let's try walking up the steps first, shall we?
Ah,
So as you begin walking up the steps, every step seems longer and higher, and um, there there definitely is something going on here, um, because as you make your way up the final step, you turn back and you look down, and it's almost as if you're 200, 300 feet above the ground. There's just this long staircase that winds that goes down all the way to the square. Everything seems tiny, and it definitely just triggers this sinking feeling in your stomach for a second as you for any of the if any of your characters are afraid of heights. Oh God! But even if you're not, this is not what you're expecting to see.
Bigby's humming in a very cracked voice. Stairway to Heaven. Just Stairway to Heaven.
Bigby, that is not making me feel any better. This is actually making it worse.
It's fine. Hey, we got up here. It could be
Yeah.
worse.
yeah,
We're here.
We're making it up.
Yeah, it wasn't
We're
endless.
together.
Just focus forward. Focus forward. Don't look back. Just focus forward.
Let's open the door. Everything's gonna be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna do things. Then we're gonna get back to the clubhouse. Cuddle with Owlbear. It'll be great. Let's focus on getting this done so we can cuddle Owlbear.
Yes.
Okay. So you are now standing in front of tall, closed doors. And you remember the library doors. They were big, like probably a few heads taller than like an adult. So for you as teenagers who are still not done growing yet, they were always a bit on the tall side, but now they feel imposing. Like they are looming down over you. And as you try the door, it feels almost like it's stuck. So, would you like
Bigby.
to attempt to
Can
force
I
entry?
kick it? Yes, please. Not necessarily kick it, but
Mhm.
yeah. Bigby would probably ask Willow because it doesn't come here very often. Is it a pull or a push?
Both.
Yeah,
Both.
okay, excellent.
One of those doors that swings forward and backwards.
Okay, excellent. So
Can it
he's
do so
gonna try to.
dramatically for this moment?
Well, it's so that you can. It's so that you can kick. It's so that you can kick the door open in both
Yes.
directions. That's very important.
Mhm.
I need
And the
that.
other way,
yes.
it's important for fire safety.
Yeah.
yes.
So I was like thinking, I think it would be out initially, but yeah, both.
Yeah. Gonna try to efficiently, but looking very cool, kick this bitch open.
Okay. So, the kicking this bitch open action. By the way, we are currently in curse level 3. So, stuff is going to go wrong quick.
What?
Stop dropping curse words, guys.
No.
If we
No,
say
Wait,
no,
every
you're allowed-
time I
words-
curse, if I say every time we curse,
every
the
time,
curse level goes up.
every time you curse, the peddler drops another cursed item.
It's Hex and Fricks from now on, and that's it.
Yeah,
If I say binge, does it count?
go hex yourself.
Darn.
But darn it all to flipping heck. This is now a Christian Minecraft stream.
Oh,
There's
honey
no cursing
pie.
allowed on this Christian Minecraft stream.
Mhm.
Biscuits.
Only flips, hex, and darns.
Am I
Or
rolling?
I'm
go
still
ahead.
looking up the action.
Yeah, that's
So
fair.
while I'm waffling, or as we did in Dutch, the Dutch equivalent of like a darn or a darn or a flipping heck is ships, which is
Ships.
the which is the alternative word for shit.
That's so
I love that.
cute.
I'm gonna start using that. Ships.
Why can't I find the actions? I know where they are in the book. I've just been scrolling past them blindly while I'm talking to you. Ah, there we go. This is a scout move. And I would remind the crew, because you didn't use it last session, that you every session have the Hilda move available to you. So just something to keep in mind. And I believe I gave you a Hilda move to use regardless.
We still have like
as
a,
well.
a freebie Hilda move from the book, right?
Yeah, so you can you have that today or the next session, but keep in mind, don't be like that person who saves all the super weapons for the final boss up until the final boss fight, and then doesn't even use them in the final boss fight, because what if this boss fight has a phase 2?
But what if, what if we need that later? What if there's like a secret post boss?
But yes, this is a scout move, so you are pushing yourself to do something, or doing something risky. In this case, you're pushing yourself. What concerns you most if you fail?
Probably bruising my foot when
Fair
I'm
enough.
kicking the door. Like, I would not like to get in there hurt, if possible.
That I would call a sporty check.
Yeah, that makes sense. I had a +3. I'm sporty as fuck.
And you
As heck.
get to reroll one of those dice by default.
I'm so glad I get to re-roll one of those dice by default.
So I'm assuming you're re-rolling the 1?
Yes.
Okay,
A 5
so that's
and a 4.
and a 5 makes 9.
12?
And 3 makes 12.
I'm so
And
sporty.
a 12 is a triumph. So we see and Big B just get just cracks knuckles, cracks shoulders, takes one step back, pulls back their foot, and just slams it into the door, and the doors explode open. Bigby is looking extra cool as uh, he's doing this, and just plants his foot down, and stepping forward into the next bit. And I am going to say that oh, first off, all of you get to drop one of your misfortunes.
Yay! I'm no
Um,
longer drenched.
I'm
because
just
of
bruised.
at the end of the last session, we completely forgot about doing that. And secondly, you have advantage on whatever your next check is, because you are filled with a sense of fuck yeah, I can do this. This has filled you with all of the confidence, and you're ready for it.
Morale just went uppies.
So,
Heck yeah.
You all step into the library, and this is strange. The lights seem to be out, as if it's like late in the afternoon, so someone should have been in here, but it seems like the library's shut. Darkness fills the library, and around you, the bookshelves tower high above you, as if to create almost a labyrinth. At this point, you hear a noise. Something being dragged across the floor, and then a thunk, thunk, thunk. Something walking across the floor, away, closer, getting closer to you rapidly. It's probably across the. No, it's like 2 or 3 rows away from you. What would you like to do?
Persona 3 came out in 2017, so Bigby knows this for sure. This is the Reaper, and we need to avoid this binge, like the
So we're
plague.
running.
Because we just entered the Persona dungeon, and this binge is no. Bigby does not like this. That I know those sounds. Okay, he's not actually doing that. This is Sunny just being like, Persona. But
In
I
my
feel like
defense,
someone says run.
yeah, maybe he would say that.
Yeah, it's like
If y'all
that's
played Persona 3, do you know that guy that like whenever you hear him, like everyone in the party's like, yeah, we should run away because we don't there is no level. That is a secret boss that we
there's
cannot never
a
defeat.
there's a large shadow that is starting to approach closer.
back out the door, back out the door, back out the door.
Well, good news, bad news.
Oof.
Uh-huh.
You wanted to find a cursed item.
Uh-huh.
You're probably getting very close to the cursed item, but also a gust of wind. Doors slammed shut behind you. Come on, you should have seen that one coming.
I have.
So
I definitely I
true.
was like, this could be due. Now we need to start like running in the
Yeah,
labyrinth and
let's
entering
run.
doors and like we need to find a door so we can go to another door in the same frame, like Scooby Doo.
Mhm.
Yeah, Big B would definitely like plant himself and say like, okay, run,
Run.
right behind you. Just gonna let them run first, and then make sure that they're safe.
Okay. So, Bigby, as you're watching this thing as the rest of you start running, I would like to know. I'll call this a group scout move. So everyone is making a scout move. I just need one person to succeed on this. However, for everyone who fails on this, will have bad stuff happen to them.
Oof.
So tell
Are
me
we
how
all
you're
rolling
trying
with
to.
advantage?
No, just Bigby.
Okay. Oh,
Tell me,
okay.
tell me how you are. Tell me how you're avoiding this, and what you are most worried about, aside from being caught by whatever this is.
We're in the library, right? And there are books around.
Correct.
Okay, I think while running, Wentz is going to just like take books off the shelves and just like throw it at like the thing, just to like I don't know, throw it off its rhythm. Yeah, it's hard to run when you're trying to duck and weave.
Okay. So I'll call that sporty.
Okay,
If
that
you need to re-roll, I'm gonna
You
scream
get to
like
reroll
"Split!"
one die from Sunny. Yes.
remember baseball. Huh, that's weird. It's rolling, but it's not. Okay, never mind.
There we go.
Woo,
It rolled, and you got an 8 plus your sporty of 0.
0.
Maintains an 8 for you, but your
Mhm.
reroll wouldn't be worth it.
Mhm.
So you are you succeed, but your actions will leave you vulnerable. So we see you taking off in a sprint, and then as you round the corner, we see the 1 second. I'm having some issues with 3D dice, which is causing OBS to get in trouble. Let's see. That should do that. Cool. Hit save. Okay, amazing. Dice chaos has ensued. Dice chaos has been fixed. So as you are running, you're starting to drop books behind you, and I'll say this goes well, but you are kind of giving away your position. So you are able to make some distance. You're able to make some distance, but the lumbering thing is still approaching. Um, Natalie, how is Willow trying to escape?
Yeah, Willow is not a sporty person. She doesn't like to run. So she's trying her best, but she's gonna try and be clever. So she's turning a corner. She pulls out her pocket tool with a little laser pointer, and on the
Keep in mind,
turn,
you can bullshit other approaches. So you can give me if you can give me a reason for a tune to apply here, then you might be able to make a tune apply.
how could I make tune apply? Um,
Start opening books and letting things fly out of the books. If what we have seen happening before continues happening.
Yeah, if that is happening, involving anything supernatural related to the curse. Well, this thing must be related to the curse,
It is.
and oh, it would be a good way. Okay, so we're running. I'm turning the corner as I said, and then I want to try and sort of sense a path that this entity hasn't walked across before, the path that kind of starts going out of their like
Okay.
eerie vision.
Yes. Go. I know what is going to happen if you succeed. Go ahead and roll me in a tune.
Platoon. Roll. So 10 plus 3 for 13.
13. Excellent. So as you're both running, and a whole bunch of books are being thrown past behind you, and then for a moment, for a moment, you're like, wait, you're sensing something, and then you look around the bend, and what you see is a little thread hanging up in the air, um, shimmering, shimmering golden, almost shedding its own light, and it's like going past. It's going past one of the bookshelves, looping around it, and going deeper into the library maze.
I immediately follow that. Everyone, follow me. There's a thread. Let's go.
Okay, so next up, I would like Sunny to tell me what are you doing, because you've got a way to go now, but
Yeah. Don't like that. Uh,
sound of metal being dragged across across stone tiles.
well, Bigby would definitely like keeping an eye on them, and then on the thing, the creature, the this,
Mhm.
and see, like, immediately as Willow says, "Okay, I found the way," going like darting off, still like purposefully staying behind everyone just to make sure, he is he's the first to get hit if something goes bad, but like trying to like help everyone. Okay, just
Okay,
yeah,
so
no, yeah,
he's
let me do
like
it.
huddling everyone forward.
Yeah.
Okay,
Also,
go
could I
ahead.
have like since I was the one closest to the thing, did I get like a good look of like at least some general shapes of what it looks like?
Um, I'll say you can do that as part of your action. However, the risk at that point becomes rather than uh, getting close to trouble. If you fail, you might stumble and fall and find yourself, well, directly face to face with whatever this creature is.
Yeah, that doesn't feel like a good priority. Bigby's not smart enough to focus on something like that instead of running and keeping his friends safe. Probably, it probably
I mean,
didn't
you can
then.
do it, and your character is technically, out of all the characters, they are probably the safest to do
That's
this with.
fair.
And
That's
fortune
fair.
favors the bold,
Oh boy.
but
You're poisoning me with your words. If I fail, that's on you.
I take
That's on
no
your
responsibility for my actions.
It's okay. I'll keep bugging about it. But
As we both know, I never take responsibility for my actions.
yeah. Okay, well, okay, so rolling sporty then.
That would be rolling sporty, yes.
Okay. Wait, I have advantage.
Correct. You have
Oh,
advantage on this from your last thing. So that's one of the reasons I said that there's actually a pretty decent game plan for you to do this.
I see. Okay, I'm
Yes.
gonna roll 2d6 first.
Okay, so that's a 5 and
Okay.
a 2.
Uh,
You're already looking at a 10.
okay.
So you achieve what you intended, but if you reroll that 2, you have a 1 in 6 chance of dropping down into leaving you vulnerable, and a 5 in 6 and a 1.5 chance of going with getting a triumph.
Now, can I bullshit my way into re-rolling again if this goes badly because
Oh wait,
because of my badge?
you have advantage. You have advantage.
Yeah,
You get to
exactly.
roll one more. You get to
Yeah,
roll one more
I
time and
just
keep the
this
highest
one.
result.
Yeah,
Ignore
I
what I
will take the
previously
6. I'll take the 6.
said. Okay, so
I just rolled
you
fucking 14. Are you kidding me? Sorry, go ahead. I just did math.
you're huddling everyone you're huddling everyone past another bookshelf, and as you are going past bookshelves, they aren't bookshelves anymore. They're starting to become walls, sandstone covered in like old vines, and you aren't in the library anymore. As you look up, there's sun shining and blasting down on you from above, and the smell of salt from seawater hangs in the air. And as you loop past one of the wall corners, you look behind you right before crossing another wall corner, and coming round the corner is a tall, muscle-bound man. The first thing you see coming around the corner is a leg, normal human leg with sandals on and a tunic. And then right before you cross the corner, you see an arm pulling a large axe and two horns passing around the corner. And that's when you turn around and you see a switch on a wall, and one of the walls slams down behind you. You realize, well, I don't know if your character is a fan of Greek myth, but you realize you are in a certain book.
Did you see Sunny just realizing it's a Minotaur?
And
Oh.
it is at this point that you rotate around the corner and you end up in a clearing, and you see a woman sitting there, a ball of golden twine in hand, and she looks up at you and goes, in English, because this book was translated, you're not Theseus. What? There weren't supposed to be other sacrifices.
I just want to say, we literally mentioned Percy Jackson. It was like the first teen book that we mentioned. So I'd say at least some of us are into Greek mythology. Just
I'd say
saying.
so too.
Right?
Yeah,
But not
I'd say
by-
that applies.
I mean,
By the way,
like,
one sec, Natalie, are you okay?
Yes, can you still hear me?
Yes, we just can't see you anymore.
Okay, let me refresh my stuff, but I am here.
Okay, perfect. Well, don't worry about it. It'll just show up as a green screen for a sec.
I'm in emo mode and not in person that remembers YA books mode. And it took me like a minute to like understand what was going on.
I was wondering. I'm also wondering. Comment down below if you were like screaming at the screen. This is the Minotaur. This is the Minotaur. Dang it! But yeah, you find yourself face to face with Ariadne. And I don't know how many of your characters know who Ariadne is.
Bigby knows fucking nothing.
I think Wentz has seen Inception.
It's just going with the assumption that we are being incepted right now.
Yeah, it's like it's something about a maze or something. Something about dreams or like I don't know.
Ma'am, what are you doing here? It's dangerous.
Yeah, this is
Also, where are we?
Wait. First off, I'm not the one in danger here, but the three of you kids definitely are. And well, what I'm doing here is I'm waiting for my boyfriend to get back after slaying the Minotaur.
Oh, that guy's alive and well, I'll let you know. I'm sorry about, I don't know what happened to your boyfriend. I didn't see no boyfriends on the way, but the tar is alive.
Also, we're not kids. We're 15.
I'm not a kid, okay?
She looks at you with this like that standard look that only like honestly, Ariadne is probably in her early 20s in the myth. So like You know how some kids get when they grow up and they feel very adult, and
Mhm.
I'm clearly more
yeah, that
adult than you.
you're getting that look that goes like, as she goes like, uh, yes, like I said, kids.
Also,
So
Bigby, I imagine Bigby got held back in school like at least once. So like he's like 18 and does not give a shit when people call him kid. Because like he is not in a hurry to grow up. But
he also doesn't
hi.
have anything to prove.
Yeah, but he's
Welcome
like
back.
not about to like tell his friends to stop, which is like, yeah, you're very adult. Good job. But this ma'am is being mean to them also, so don't like her.
Fair enough. So yeah, you have you are apparently in the Minotaur's lair, and you are being insulted by the you're being called kids by the uh Theseus's girlfriend. What do you do?
I was thinking about the wrong game. I should have been thinking about Hades instead of Persona.
I don't
Yeah,
think
there you
Hades has
go.
come out yet. Did Hades come out yet? It's only
Hades 2?
2017.
Oh,
Hades, it's
yes,
only
no.
God of
2017.
No.
It's
Yeah.
God of
Real
War.
talk though,
It's
is
the year
everyone looking
Yeah.
forward
before.
for Hades 2?
Oh yeah. Um Okay,
Yes.
so I think we're no longer just in animals coming alive out of books territory, considering we were in a library and now we're here.
I mean,
Oh,
there was
actually,
a typhoon that came out before, so this feels yeah.
wait, so like full on books are coming live? That is not good. This could literally become 1984 or something else.
For once, literally
This setting?
1984 used
No.
correctly.
It could literally be 1984.
Sorry, what are you talking about? 1984? That uh, it, it's been the year. I don't know how the Greeks counted years, but it's like
The year of our
600.
Lord XV 11 I.
That
It's
would be
1000
Roman.
BC.
Yeah,
Who's
you're
C?
right.
I don't know.
The Roman one I know. It's that one is since the founding of the city, but this one I don't. The Greeks, the way, especially the Minoan Greeks counted, I have no idea. But yes, so you are currently you've currently got a moment of respite, but one, you should probably find your way outside of this book. Two, there is an angry minotaur on the prowl. Three, there's also a Theseus on the loose, and we all know that
Hey,
Theseus is a
fuck that
dick.
guy. Fuck that guy. Hate Theseus. All my homies hate Theseus.
So what do you
Do
do?
we? Okay, so
And does
first,
any of your characters have knowledge of this story?
I was thinking about Hilda so bad, and I was wondering if the crew was also
maybe
thinking about Hilda.
maybe we need a
Yeah.
Hilda move. Maybe
Oh, yeah, like Bigby has no literature knowledge.
Okay.
He's not interested. He's interested in rock bands and
I
punk
have a
Yeah,
literature.
he
pitch
didn't
for
hit
the
that
Hilda
in English
move.
class yet.
I have a pitch for the Hilda move.
Okay.
Remember when Hilda had to explain to us the plot of Percy Jackson because we didn't get any of the references?
It's like here's all
And
the
also-
true Greek myth.
Yeah, and like all the things that they got wrong. And like, okay, this is what
So
actually
Hilda was
happened.
actually you were all like geeking out at Aunt Hilda about Percy Jackson, and she was like, "Yeah, okay, that's a very fun book, but do you want to know the source material?
Yeah, that's cute and all, but hey, do you know the truth?
Sorry,
Do you know
Rick
that Theseus
Riordan
is kind of
didn't
a dick?"
invent these people.
Did you know that fuck Theseus and all my homies hate Theseus, and Bigby took that too hard?
I mean, agreed. So yeah, I'll say that that definitely works. That'll give you a 12 plus on a curse move. So when you investigate the curse or otherwise gather information, I mean, this is more resisting the curse, but I'll give you the option of like getting a clue as well. Um, so you are, uh, well, do you remember Aunt Hilda's story? And so, what similar situation did Hilda face with the curse of 1962? I think there's not really a similar situation. It's more that she was telling you uh, about the myth of Theseus, and then well, there you know that there is a minotaur roving around through this labyrinth, and the way Theseus got out of this was he killed the Minotaur with a sword that Ariadne provided, and then made his way back out with the ball of thread. Um, but you also realize at this point that where Ariadne was at the start of the labyrinth. So you have two options. Um, Option one: kill the beast. To quote a certain Gaston. Or option two: just fucking leave.
The option of fucking leave
Mhm.
sounds so cool right now.
You're
I
going to
feel like we
succeed
should.
both ways because
Mhm.
it's an Aunt
Oh.
Hilda move. But your choice as a party is kill the beast or fucking leave.
Does it feel like this beast is a danger to the general populace at this point? Like, okay, if we don't kill the Minotaur, is it gonna come out of the library and start killing civs?
The way it feels right now is more as if as if you had been pulled into that book than as if the book had come alive into the world. But honestly, you can't know for sure. Um, it feels almost like if you make your way through the if that the only thing that would actually stop this from happening beyond killing the beast and then who knows what else would come out is to stop the cursed artifact.
What's the crew thinking?
I think we leave because if we get the artifact, then everything here should stop, right?
Right?
I think we should leave too.
Get some
Come on.
save some time.
We're teenagers. How are we gonna kill a beast?
I mean,
Though I just
easily
said
we
that we're-
got the Hilda move, but I don't think we would need
So yeah,
it.
as you look at each other and go like, exit's over there, right? Ariadne just looks up and goes, like, I mean, yeah, exit's right there. I I'll just go wait for my boyfriend here. As she sits
Ma'am,
back.
you can do better. Your boyfriend's a dick. Bye.
Sh- uh, you know how when you tell someone their significant other is a tool,
Yeah.
even if they're not. Yeah, you see Ariadne just more resolved to
Yeah.
run away with Theseus, and we all know where that is going to end. But it's a tragedy. It's a tragedy, yet we tell it anyway. Um, as you make your way past the exit of the labyrinth, you take one more step and you smell the sea breeze. Look around you. You see this Minoan landscape, temples, rolling hills, and you blink for a second, and then as you cross the threshold, you are back in the library. No noise. Bookshelf still tall and imposing. But as you take one more step, you look behind you and you hear as you have just stepped out of a book that has fallen to the floor and is now lying on the floor, which is I believe the myth of the Minotaur was in the Metamorphoses. So uh, you a copy of the Metamorphoses translated to English for kids has fallen to the ground.
before we go anywhere, Big B wants to pick up that book and put like several other books on top of it that look a little less, that don't have a minotaur, just to make sure that the book stays shut.
Keep in mind, this book is also a clue
Oh.
because Hilda move.
Oh,
So
so
the
like we
clue,
could pocket the book.
the clue is English translation of the metamorphosis. Alive.
Oh. Oh.
So someone likes Greek myth.
So yeah, as you step out of that book, you feel like you're being watched. And you start making your way through the bookshelves again. And is there anything in particular that you are looking for?
I don't know if this is like an actual thing, but Wentz will be looking out for books that he does not want to particularly step inside. This could include The Hunger Games, also 1984. What's another like? Oh, I have no mouth, but I must scream.
Lord of the Flies.
Lord of the Flies.
Yeah. And like placing books on top of them, like, yeah, no, this one, no, no.
Yeah,
Alice
let's
in
like
Wonderland, probably not a good one. I love that book, but holy shit, coming out of that would be really
No.
hard.
let's put pleasant books like Peter Rabbit or How to Garden or other books that I would not like. I wouldn't want to be transported into a book, but if it's like Beatrix
But if I
Potter,
have to,
yeah, let's do something pleasant and easy stuff.
Big B would
Okay.
definitely look at Willow and like, okay, is the thing pointing at somewhere in general, or did it just stop? Do you know where
Go
we should
ahead and
go?
roll another tune for me.
Okay, I can do that. I am focusing. I am trying very hard, thinking, holding the book in my hands.
Cool. So as you hold the book out, you can't really feel. You know that feeling when you know that when you have a compass. That's not what it's called in English. Compass is what it's called in Dutch. Direction pointy thingy.
Oh,
That is a
compass.
compass.
Magnetic
Yeah,
north?
It is a
compass.
compass, yeah.
Oh, that's a compass. Okay, I just got confused by the pronunciation. Cool. So you know how you get if you have a compass and you hold it next to you have a bunch of like high
Yeah,
very
magnets and
strong
shit.
magnetic fields. Yeah. So the way the book feels, it goes, and you're basically being turned around. But at that point, you all hear someone yelling in the distance, a little bit in the distance, but definitely audible. Help! Help! And it's a younger, feminine voice.
I was about to ask
Um,
if it was Jimmy again, and I was gonna have a fit.
It doesn't seem like Jimmy's voice, but then again, you sometimes think that you sometimes have told Jimmy that he screams like a girl. So
It's okay, we
which
all do sometimes, but Bigby would never say that out
honest,
loud.
honestly, not a nice way to insult someone.
That's
So,
really not.
but yeah, you hear the sound of a like younger woman or girl screaming help, and well, are you the sorts of kids who rush into danger? I think we to help people. I think we've proven this at this point.
Yeah, we
think we
did it with
are.
Jimmy, so.
I helped my nemesis. I'm definitely gonna help a damsel in distress.
Okay,
Let's
so
hope it's in the romance section where the biggest stakes are, oh no, the bakery's closing. I haven't found a man and
are
I'm
you sure
35.
about that, Romeo and Juliet?
No, that
That's
is
in the-
also a tragedy,
That's in the
Taverna.
plays
That's not a
section.
But it would be in the
romance.
romance section.
According
would,
to
because people are-
publishing, romances have happy endings, so let's hope.
Mm.
I'm hoping, I'm praying.
Yes, but
Bigby's just like,
postmodern
oh no, I
romances.
should have read more.
But yes, as you start running, that is where we're going to have a quick break. So we'll be right back after these messages from our sponsor. Don't go anywhere. Goodbye. Okay, so we find ourselves back, dragging this back as we return from the break. Welcome back, everyone. Our gang has just survived the Minotaur by running the fuck away, which apparently solid survival strat. However, as they're trying to get their bearings inside the now very clearly curse-infested library, they hear a scream for help from the back, and probably younger woman's scream. You kind of recognize the voice, but you're not 100% sure from where. But all you know is there's someone in trouble, and you have to help them. So you begin running, and as you turn the corner, you once again realize you are no longer among bookshelves. Instead, you find yourself in an industrial hallway. Your feet clanging on the metal grates below. And in the distance you hear vague noises of murmuring. And at that point you turn, you're all running down the hallway to where you heard that sound come from, and then you turn a corner, and this hallway has windows. That is to say, this hallway has portholes. That is to say, this hallway has portholes that seem to be looking down on Earth. As you stop for a moment to look down, you see Earth, a beautiful blue marble. You might even you're as it's rotating, you can see America down there. You can almost see your own home, and then the world explodes as you hear someone pleading, like, please, no, I don't know how I got here. Can you just let me go? And a lumbering, bulbous voice going, you brought this on yourself. Now away you go. And as you round the corner, you see, as you're like all like peeking around the corner, you see a bulbous, large creature in a space uniform, dragging Jill and pushing her into what seems to be like an airlock, slamming the door closed behind her, and then just laughing at my poetry. Terrible.
I
And
was
as he
thinking that
lumbers
was
off.
it. Fuck you, Tavernot. That's so good.
I think the quarter has dropped with at least one of the players where you currently are.
I'm not good with sci-fi references unless like I'm like gonna be like, oh man, I should have thought of that.
So, as you as he rounds the corner, you hear a airlock opening in 60 seconds. Do not
No.
airlock
Panicking.
opening in
I didn't bring my
69
towel,
seconds.
Tavernot. How am I supposed to fix this?
Well, you're not a very hoopy fruit then, aren't you?
Oh.
Just hope that I'm not going. Just hope that you don't get any Vogan poetry declaimed at you.
I want to go back. I want to go. The book is on the other. My collection of books is on the other room, Tavernot. God damn it! I have them.
So
Thank
Jill
you.
is currently in a very real literary airlock, getting ready to be blasted into a very real space that has just become a hyperspace bypass. And you don't have your towel. What do you do?
Can I pick my lock? Can I lock pick the airlock? I don't think I can, but I'd rather ask.
This is book bullshit. Of
Mhm.
course you can. Go ahead. You start making your way up towards the and you start making your way up towards the airlock, and there's no one around. Seems to be. As you all look in, there Jill is there, like banging on the outside, and then she looks at all of you, eyes widen, and then she just you can see her mouth forming the words like "Get me out of here! Get me out of here!" But it's on the other side of a bulkhead, so you can only see.
Yeah. I don't know if there's any way I could help this.
I'll try to jimmy the lock and get her out of there. I have on my pocket tool, I have like the little knife that we've established is not good for stabbing, but it's good for
But it's
picking
good for
locks.
lockpicking.
Yes.
So yeah, you can definitely try to jimmy the lock. You've got advantage from your tool. So go ahead and roll for it. What is before we do that though, what are you afraid of going wrong?
You know what? I was gonna say that I get caught, but I would rather her I'm most afraid of her dying. Like that's the worst thing.
I will
If
say
she dies in the
once-
book, does she die in real life?
yes.
Oh
However, remember the
no.
lines and the veils. So I will say go with something else that could happen to your character.
Okay. Then definitely, or actually, that I get put in the airlock with her. That is scary.
Okay. Very well. Go ahead and roll for it.
Can I add a stat or no?
Yes, this would be well, give me an argument for one of your stats.
I'd say I think we've used cool before, and I think you gotta keep a cool head when like trying to
Yeah,
jimmy a
stay cool under
lock I've
pressure.
seen before.
I will
Yeah,
let you use the tool.
right. Oh,
Okay.
that
So
is a
that's a
12.
12, which is a triumph. You actually technically were able to roll 3 dice because advantage. So, but it doesn't give you anything more. So yeah, as you start jimmying the lock, and and you hear a warning, warning, airlock opened inside. Airlock opened inside. This is against Regulation 52/B, Apple 23Y of the Galactic Industrial Labor Code. Airlock opening sequence will be cancelled. This incident has been logged. And as the door slowly slides open, you hear the sound of boots heading your way. But as you open it, you are in time to pull Jill out. She goes, what are you, what am I doing here? What?
Everyone needs to leave right now.
Right. Yes. Run. As she takes off, with all of you, and with the 12 plus, you round the corner just as one of you is able to like look behind, and you see an slightly befuddled British man wearing uh, a morning coat, being followed by another man who is somehow clutching a towel, both being like pulled towards the airlocks again.
Don't they have a
As
little robot, the damn voiced by Alan Rickman?
no, that is
Okay.
later in the book.
Oh, fair.
But yes, you see you see that happening, and then you round around the corner as you hear the as you hear the Vogon say, that's weird. That shouldn't be open. I will make a note of this. Now, the two of you, get in." As they're being shoved in, door closes, and that's when you round the corner and pulling Jill behind you, you run, and you suddenly hear your footsteps go from clanking of feet on metal grates to steps on marble. And you look behind you, and this little pocketbook falls onto the floor as the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, volume 1. You know that the only correct edition, which is the paperback edition that you can fit in your back pocket, falls on the floor.
It's the one I have.
I have that one too, like
Nice.
all the full set, and the one that doesn't exist,
Oh
the
yeah.
one by Owen Colfer. So you find yourself back in the library with a very shaken Jill. It's like, what? How did I get? Why are we in the library?
Okay. Funky stuff happening. Can you tell us what you were doing before you were in the spaceship?
I mean, I was reading, and she picks up the like crinkled up copy. I was reading this when everything went dark and rain started falling, and then, well, I mean, I remember being pulled. I don't know. I was
Yeah.
like pulled. 1 second I was sitting. I was sitting at like a park bench in front of the library, and then another second I felt this big hand pulling me away, going, "What are yelling at me what I was doing there?" And then, were we? Is this? I,
Yeah, Bigby's gonna like go reach for the
she's like
book,
going
like
into like
yeah.
she's at this point going into a like stress filled blabbering
Yeah.
catatonia kind of thing.
Bigby's gonna like put one hand on her shoulder, grab like slowly the book from her, and like, yeah. First of all, great taste in book, real good. Highly recommend continuing it.
I don't think I
Give it a
want
few
to.
days. Yeah, give it a few days. Don't read any more books. Go home. Uh, you're safe. Don't read any
Am
more books
I?
for now. For now.
I mean, okay.
Can you
Yeah,
call
sure.
anyone to come pick you up so you don't go home alone? We still have work to do. He's looking like yeah, we look
and
super important.
she looks around her. The library seems a lot bigger than it. What's
Yeah,
going on?
a lot. Try not to think too hard about it. It works wonders for me.
Yeah.
I, I'm very bad at not overthinking things.
Go watch a TikTok or watch some sort of reality television show like The
Like a
Bachelor
YouTube
or Big.
playlist.
Yeah, watch
We're
Best
vibing
Bachelor
together.
moments.
I remember how Kai was very strict about keeping us not anachronistic, and is now bringing up TikTok in 2016.
Oh, wait. Oh, you're so right.
It was Vines. Were
Watch
Vines a thing at the
Musical.ly.
time?
Vine had just died at that point.
Oh,
Watch a Musically. Watch The Bachelor, or I don't know, put on some Real Housewives. Turn off your brain.
I, you know what? That sounds like a very good plan. As she's like
yeah.
starts walking back to the outside of the towards the exit of the library. You are now pretty deep inside the library. You are in the sci-fi section,
Do we have phone service
which
here?
normally the answer would be yes. However, as you take out your phone to like look to see if you have phone service, you know where it usually says like the carrier, the operator network. It says no phones in the library.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, I was gonna call Jack to like, hey, Jill's coming home. Make sure she gets there safe. But that like instead, I'm gonna look at the phone and say, shit, we need to fix this.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you like to make another tune test? See if you can get yourself closer to the book.
Sure.
You don't sound like you wanna.
Oh, I'll do it. Okay. So we are getting a lot of these books opening. We're getting much deeper. Gonna focus in. Oh, double sixes.
Okay, double sixes. So yeah, as you start to reach into that book, and you pick up the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy book on top of it, and um, the Metamorphoses on top of it, together you start to resolve stronger and stronger image of where you need to go, and it is beginning to reach. You're beginning to be pulled towards like the librarian's desk, where you all make your way around the desk, and there's a door that leads to like the place where they sort books before they are getting put back on the shelves. And you step in to the back office, and all you find there is a lectern, old and probably antique, carved with this beautiful relief, and there is one large book open on top of it, which would be a first edition um, of the third book, second book of the Chronicles of Narnia. That would be The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Did anyone hear Miss Smythe around or Smith around?
Don't think so. It's been very oddly quiet, I'd say, actually. Even for a library.
But it's good because that means less people in danger.
Are you
Unless,
sure?
and I point at the book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Jill was in a book.
And as you point at the book, as if on cue, a page turns, and as I'm assuming you all start making your way there and start looking at it, you begin following along with the text, and it's has any of your characters read the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe? I'm assuming probably, because it's like the young adult. It's like the stuff you read before you dive into Lord of the Rings.
Mhm.
It's the entry drug to Lord of the Rings, yes.
We all at
Mhm.
least watched the movies.
Yes.
And then probably read the book, because you have to be able to say that the book was better than the movie.
Yes.
Yep, for sure.
We watched the
Um,
movies and was like, what's this about a magician's nephew? That's not in the movie.
So as you follow along, this seems to be going through like the part where this is going through the part where the witch is leading leading the final battle against the Narnians. Um, Only as you're following the text along, the description of the witch seems unfamiliar, and actually seems closer to Miss Smythe.
And familiar
And
or too familiar? Because I've been thinking about that motherfucker.
and
Fuck.
as you read through that, book, you feel cold, and a few snowflakes start hitting you, and then you hear the sounds of trumpets around you, and you look around you, and you in fact find yourself standing on a field, which you are standing right between two readying armies, and you see on a chariot pulled by elk. You see Miss Smythe, flowing white robes, cackling with the frozen spear in hand, as she's getting ready to fight to fuck up some Narnians. She doesn't seem
Living
malicious per se, just she seems to be enjoying herself in the same way you would enjoy a video game.
Bigby's
just thinking
definitely gonna
living
look at-
herself insert fan fiction.
I hope we don't have to defeat her in battle or something.
I hope we do. Ever since she told me to leave the library unfairly, I've been wanting to punch a bitch. Yo! That's it. That was the whole thing.
You yell you. Are you sure?
No, but Bigby would.
Fair
He's
enough.
an idiot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so your voice carries over the battlefield. You see at once on the Narnian side, everyone staring at the three kids that have just dropped in, which, to be fair, not the most uncommon occurrence in these books. So they're not that surprised.
Not the worst setting for that.
And but on the other hand, you see the Miss Smythe, the Witch Queen, the Witch Queen of the library, turn towards you, raise up that staff, and like bellow out over the field of battle. Galadriel being offered the ring style. You kids were banned from the library! Get out of my book! And as people begin charging down, I think that's where we take another quick break. So we'll be right back after this cliffhanger. So we return to today to the fields of Narnia. I believe those would actually be the fields of the lamppost, which is where the final battle of the books happens. And you see behind you the army of talking animals, and you see the four kids who are way too fucking young to be fighting in a war, but hey, you're here too. And on the other hand, you see Miss Smythe at the head of an army of like trolls and ice creatures, and basically the evil side. What do you do?
Are there weapons abound? So listen, there's like a fight going on. I don't want to like be unarmed.
How do we stop that witch?
Yeah, doesn't she know the end of this story?
I mean, she's probably trying to change it.
So
She
you
said
know
it's her
how
book now.
So you know how there's like wargamers who will like try to who will go with like battles that are historically known as unwinnable, and then specifically fight those battles from the losing side just to prove that they could have won it.
Mhm.
Yeah, you feel like she has about that kind of energy as
Oof.
she holds her staff aloft and goes like, "For forwards, get those kids first." And then her chariot begins rolling towards you.
I have a question, but I'm not entirely sure that Bigby would have noticed that. Uh, before we entered the book, we saw that the book was on top of a letter that
Lectern.
looked like a what? Sorry.
A lectern, which is like it's a
Oh, I don't know
wooden
what that is.
it's a wooden structure that you would put a book on if book on to read it.
Ah, would Bigby be smart enough to think maybe we leave the book and the problem is not the book, it's the thing the book is standing on, is what I'm trying to get at. Like, would maybe this item have made does
That's a
that make
good
sense?
question. Well,
Because Sunny's thinking that, but
I would be. I could remind you that you do still have a Hilda move left. If you don't want to use, if you, and that would give you only one Hilda move for the next one. Otherwise, I think putting 2 and 2 together would probably be like a curse move using smart, the smart stat.
how do we feel about either using Hilda move now or saving it for next session? Because I don't want to just, use things. It is our thing.
Yeah.
You would have a Hilda move next session if you do this.
Yeah, this is like our bonus one.
I don't think I held it like using
My
the
other
What?
No, go ahead.
What's your opinion?
Well, I don't mind either way because my only other plan to deal with her was to like laser point her in the eyes.
Oh my god, that's
I
so
guess
good though.
Maybe that's a sign that we should. Maybe that's a sign that we should Hilda move.
Because I don't think the 3 kids in a battlefield are gonna be effective. I was thinking like going outside of the book and doing something, but do
You
we
can
want to use a
definitely-
Hilda move for that?
You can definitely try that. And with a Hilda move on the curse, you would be able to like pull out and get an additional final clue, which would help you with the end thing. Essentially, what you're playing for right now isn't necessarily death or living. Just metagamey here because we decided that death isn't really a thing. What you're playing for more is do do you succeed and get like a final clue, which will be very useful when you're doing the final when you're doing the final curse breaker move. Or is this do you want a to try fighting this out? I think the Hilda move might actually be a good idea here.
All right.
If everyone's okay with that, we
Yes.
could do it. Like, okay. Remember when Hilda was telling us about like cursed items and how they can influence other things into doing things?
And how
Bigby's
you
so
should
good with words.
never you should always look past the book's cover.
Oh yeah, she definitely said that.
Mm.
I don't even get past the actual cover, but yeah. Then that's about all the words that I can think for Bigby about that
Okay.
question.
Okay. Yeah, you can absolutely do that. And in that case, as you realize this, you look around you for like, is there a way out of here? And what you realize is there's a door in like a tree trunk to the side of the battle. Like if you run perpendicular to the charging armies, you could get through there. So um and normally this would have been a sporty check. However, on Hilda, you used your Hilda move. So as you begin running, you make your way, you blast your way through the past the armies, and the armies begin colliding behind you. You first Wentz jumps through, then Willow jumps through, and then there's this as a line of ice blasts over your shoulder. So, over Bigby's shoulder, and we see Bigby rolling through, rolling out of the book, with just a little bit of frost on his jacket, but not actually hurt. And you, as you start to get up, you look at, you glance at that book again, and you see like a little line has been added of the three meddling youngsters find their way onto the battlefield, and with a curse, uh, with the curse, Queen Smythe shoots her staff at them and clips one of them as they fall through the door, never to be seen again. And then the book rolls over to the next page. And at this point, we add another clue. And based on the amount of clues that you have gathered, the Cursebreaker move is very likely going to be a success if you can make it to the Cursebreaker move. You feel the lectern, and you're pretty sure that the lectern has something to do with this curse. And at this point, you are in the library, and you are looking around to yourselves, and you realize, okay, I think we found it, but to do anything about this, we're going to need to crypt it. We're going to need Star Doggy. Y'all haven't named him yet, so I'm just calling him Star Doggy until you've given him a name.
Star Donkey sounds great. It's either that or like Toby.
Actually, I think Aunt
Fido.
Hilda would have called that cryptid the Stargazer, given that it's got eyes like pools of stars and that it gazes to destroy things. So, I can take a narrative control because we are starting to hit our hard limit for at least one of our players. If everyone consents to that.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Enthusiastic consent.
So yeah, we see you all looking around, and okay, we need that curse. We need to break this curse. We need to find the Stargazer and bring him back here before this spreads too much. Because what you're beginning to gather is, and now we flash back, which is you're beginning to theorize this, but we see the peddler, with the peddler in like leaning up against a wooden crate in the library, a clipboard in hand, not wearing the three-piece suit, not being covered in shadow, but we're still able to tell that he is the peddler because of that crooked smile and the shadow that is cast by his ball cap on his forehead as he looks at Miss Smite. Got a delivery for you. This is here lectern. It's a bequest to the library. It really makes the books feel like they're coming alive, you know. And Miss Smite just, Oh, yes. Can you put it back? Can you put it back there? Just have to quickly check it out before we put it in, and we put it in active use. And he goes, "Yeah, of course." And as he's wheeling the cart over, Miss Smythe asked him, uh, "Do I need to sign anywhere? Is there payment involved?" She said, "This was a bequest." And I was, "Oh, don't worry about it. It's you don't have to pay for this, at least not in money." As he puts it down and makes his way out. And that we pull back to the kids as they are now exiting the library, and the town seems darker as we move to Curse Phase 4. And more books are beginning to become real, and this effect is beginning to spread out from the library. Um, Essentially, it came in waves, and first the first wave was just innocent things coming alive out of the books. Second wave was some bigger things coming alive out of the books. Third wave was some books starting to pull people in. Fourth wave is books starting to affect the world around you, which you realize when red banners are hanging down from the walls of different cities, and you see patrols in long trench coats, jack boots, marching down, and on these banners it says, "War is peace, uh, lies are truth," and I forget what the last one is.
Freedom is tyranny.
Freedom is tyranny. That's the one. Thank you very much. And this is where we leave our children as they're sneaking their way past patrols into their boat to get into the creeks. And that is the end of today's session.